Hi there, how are we doing? Welcome back to another edition of Barnsley Biker Video Diaries. Those of you who watched my last video will remember that I mentioned a few of the projects that I was wanting to undertake while the weather was still on the cold side and we weren't able to get out and ride as much. So today I'm making a start, or I've already made a bit of a start, but I'm going to show you where we're up to on one of the things I mentioned in that video. I did say I was looking at putting a different tank on the Harley to give me a little bit more range, so we can do a few longer rides, give me an extra gallon, which is on the consumption I'm getting on the Harley about another 45 to 50 miles, which makes it more usable. Again, I think I said in the video, I get to about 100 miles on the trip meter and you're starting to get twitchy looking for the next fuel station, which is not really, when you wanted to do longer trips, not really ideal. But 140 miles, yeah, you're happy to do that and then want to stretch your legs. So it'll give me a bit of more use out of the bike, I hope, this year. Try and get a few longer trips in. So I've made a start, as I say. Let me just show you where we're up to and then show you what we're going to be trying to fit. Okay, I've made a start. We've partly taken the bike apart. You can see I've got the seat off. Started taking it to bits. Taking the tank off is not too difficult, I'll sorry tell you. You've got to disconnect this electrical connector. There's a tank breather under there, and then I've got to disconnect the fuel supply from the tank there. That takes it from the tank to the injector. So I've got to take that off. That's the only thing I've not disconnected yet. I've loosened the two bolts that hold it on, so literally it should be a case of just disconnecting that, pulling these bolts out, lifting this tank off. I've partially drained it so far, got as much of the fuel out, but there's a little bit of still in there, which once I've got it on the bench we'll get that out, because one of the things I've got to do is take the fuel pump mechanism out of this tank and put it into the new tank. So that's where we're at. I'm going to just get that tank off and have a look at it, get the last of the fuel out. But before I do that, I'll show you the new tank. That today, the objective of today's exercise, the first day, is to get the new tank offered up to make sure it doesn't foul anything, that it will be a decent fit and it'll do what we need it to do. After that, I've then got to prime it, prepare it and paint it. So, show you the new tank. Okay, it's an aftermarket tank. There it is. It's based on the tank that is fitted to some of the Sportsters. Some of the Sportster come with a 4.5 US gallon tank, very similar shape and style to this. So this is an aftermarket copy of one of those. It's allegedly will hold 4.5 US gallons, which works out at approximately 4 UK gallons. So yeah, it's in theory that should give me best part of 180 miles. Yeah, I'll be happy if I can get 150 out of it. That makes the bike a lot more usable, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, right, let me get the old tank off and get it on the bench to drain the last of the fuel out, and then we'll see what we can do. Okay, crack on for now. I'll come back to you when I've got something else to show you. Right then, that was fairly straightforward. We've got the tank on and loosely mounted, got the bolts through, etc. I did have to make a slight adjustment on the throttle assembly, as it was touching the tank on full lock. So, but yeah, let's go and have a look. It seems to be working quite well. Obviously it uses all the original mounts. There's the tank in its bare metal form. Mounted the seat on just to make sure that obviously that all fits as well. So yeah, there it is. As I say, we did have a bit of an issue, just this here, with the way it was originally adjusted. This elbow on the throttle here was hitting the tank, so I've just loosened these and turned it a slight bit, and it's close, but it is now missing the tank. That's okay. Just show you on the other lock. If you bring it round, plenty of clearance. So yeah, always a bit nerve-wracking with aftermarket parts as to how well they're going to fit. It's going to need a little bit of a cleaning up on some of the there's a few little rough edges on it, but generally speaking it just needs a good rub down. We'll get a coat of primer on there, filler primer, and then we'll get some paint ordered up. I think I've got some one of the things I'm wanting to do is different graphics. There's going to be a bit of a big reveal. So yeah, one of the things I'm going to be doing is going a bit retro on the graphics. I've already got the graphics ordered. I was undecided whether I was going to stick with the original denim black that's on the original tank, which is sort of a satin matte colour, sort of black blue colour. But the rest of the bike is a gloss black, and I'm just going to go for a simple, it's easy to paint I suppose, but I'm just going to go for a simple gloss black on the tank. As I say, I've got some retro style graphics which I'm going to fit, and then obviously lacquer it over. So, but that just needs prepping and getting a primer coat on it, and then getting some black paint on it, which yeah, and then the graphics and then a decent lacquer. So okay, that's the tank finally stripped down. Bit of a fiddle to get the fuel pump assembly out of the tank. Basically, you're trying to get a tennis ball through a golf ball size hole. So well done, Harley, on that one. But anyway, it's out, it's done, and the fuel's all drained. Let you have a look. There you are. That's the fuel pump assembly, etc. Out of that hole. Literally, it only just fits. So anyway, there it is, all in pieces. We're going to put the old tank to one side for now. One day it might go back on, you never know, we shall see. But yeah, it's just a case now of getting the new tank primed, painted, lacquered, getting graphics on, and getting ready for the riding season. So whether I do it myself or pay somebody to do it, undecided yet. But for now, I'll see thee. I'll come back to you once we've got it, well, either I've started painting it or I've got it painted and we're putting it back on and we're taking it for a test. But yeah, let's go on with it. Time to get back in the house and get wound up a little bit. But as always, please remember, I am the Barnsley Biker. Please like, please subscribe, please share. Keep enjoying the videos. See you for now.